Hey everyone. So if you're here early, I'm here early. I'm testing. Can you hear my voice? Because I've been having some problems with Streamlabs. So if I have been having some problems, I would really love some feedback. But of course, as soon as I go live, everybody disappears. So hopefully you guys can hear me. I hope that we're not just gonna have a bunch of. In fact, let me do this while we're talking on the thing. I'm gonna go over to YubTubs myself and look me up and see if I know if this is Oh, it's working. Okay, great, good. I can hear myself talk. So, what the heck is going on at Illusionist? We're gonna talk about that in a little bit, in about 30 minutes. I'm shining on a little bit early just in case anybody wants to join me a little bit earlier. I know that a lot of people have had and expressed some frustration about not being able to join me for the live streams because even though they're on Fridays, like, you know, at 10 o'clock my time, it might be like 2 or 3 and 5 in the morning or whatever, somewhere else in the world. And so I thought, well, heck, I'll join on early and see if anybody pops on. So hopefully showing up a little bit early is going to be good for some of you guys to let you catch a live stream if you normally can't. Today we're going to be talking about Illusionist. There's some weird stuff going on over at Illusionist. I'm going to share some of my thoughts with you. Been talking with Alex over, he's one of the subscribers, been talking with him over behind the scenes at Facebook. And if you guys don't know about the Facebook fan page, go there. It's facebook.com/themagicminuteofficial, where you can join the conversation and talk about magic stuff somewhere besides the comments section of this YouTube channel. It's a real community where we all get together and hang out and talk shop. So if that sounds cool to you, go check it out. It's free to join, and we'd all be better for you being there. So, hey, Cedric is on. Hey, Cedric, thanks for showing up early, man. I know it's a little strange not being here on at 10 o'clock. I wanted to extend as much of a time to hang out with you guys as possible. I can't go much past 11, though, because of just, you know, by that time, the wife wants to go to bed. This whole show was done in my bedroom. And tomorrow being Halloween, we got some plans to have a visit from the Pumpkin Man. So that's the kind of stuff that's happening. I don't want to go too much into the big topic for tonight before 10 o'clock because we're missing some people that we usually have around 10. So if they're expecting me to be at 10, I don't want them to miss half the conversation and be punished for me showing up early. So this is just kind of 30 minutes to talk about whatever before we get into the Illusionist stuff. But there's some crazy stuff going on. There's Riley. Hey, Riley, how's it going? Cedric's here. We got 4 viewers. Some crazy stuff going on. In other news, I'll give you a little bit of a preview. I'm working on this Thursday's video is actually a magic product review. It's not something I've done a lot of, but it's a product that I was really excited about when it came out. Couldn't get it whenever it came out, but I got one, so very excited. This is a quick little whoop. Okay, you've seen it, so that's what we're going to be talking about in Thursday's video. Go pretty in depth in my first impressions on that, and then I'll be updating you guys as we go along. 7 viewers on. All right, guys. So if you're here, say hello, so I know you're here. And since we're here early, I want to get started around 10 o'clock, start talking about all the stuff that's going on with Illusionist, or I think is going on with Illusionist. It's kind of opened the doors to speculation. But before we get there, we can take this time and answer any questions you guys have, either about stuff that I've covered on my channel or magic in general, whatever. If you have a question, please use @AlanPaletti. That way I can see, or @MagicMinute in the comment section, and that way I can see your question highlighted, so I know that you're addressing something to me. I want to talk a little bit about something cool, a project that I'm working on for Patreon, which I'm really excited about. Patreon is kind of where I do all of the stuff that doesn't really make sense on YouTube. So YouTube, I'm always constantly trying to appease the almighty algorithm. And there are some things that just don't fit in that category that I want to talk about, but doesn't really have any other place. So Patreon is where you go more in depth on things. You can do longer tutorials. You can talk about topics that the algorithm would not pick up and nobody would be able to find or look for, but stuff that's really important to your career or your path as a magician. Stuff like the other night, I was actually at an in-person gig, and I, shot a whole bunch of stuff, like, kind of walking you through how at the gig, how to choose where to perform, right? The kinds of considerations you need to think about whenever you're setting up your table and all that kind of stuff, or where you perform in a room at the stand-up show. When to show up, when to leave for these kinds of things. How to get paid, how all that stuff works, how to kind of navigate that whole, hey, you got booked for a stand-up show at a house party and you've never done it before. What's all the things you need to know and how to do them? Stuff that really wouldn't work for the YouTube algorithm, but those who are interested in magic from a scholarly perspective or looking to maybe perform for a living, that would be invaluable help. So Patreon's kind of where that kind of stuff lives. So I'm working on that project right now. Shot a lot of video for that, all myself, and excited to share that with my Patreon community. And if you want to join, you can join to get that kind of access to that kind of stuff for as little as $5 a month. So consider it. I'll leave a link in the description of this video when we're done tonight. Or my little robot will tell you. Zombie Riccio is here. I just like saying it, Riccio. I know I'm not saying it correctly. But, wow, we got a whole bunch of people here. Right on. So, I'm running on empty, and Venom, not a sponsor, the original 99-cent energy drink. It's like what's that sweet tea in a can meets energy. Yes, and it's the choice of a new generation. It tastes red, but it's clear. It freaks me out. So, yeah, lots of stuff going on. Lots of stuff. Working on those Patreon projects, working on my review, which actually I was just doing right before I logged on. I didn't think I'd have enough time to log in and make sure everything worked before the 9:30 deadline. I was like, boom. And then I hit go live. And then I was like, whew. Because I was working up right to the second, because this weekend is, of course, as you know, very busy. If you have a family and if you're performing, I'm actually going to be performing in the restaurants tomorrow night and Sunday night. And so trying to find time to shoot, edit, upload, and do the live stream, and also spend time with the family. And it's just oh my, bleh. It's not enough time to do everything. So working in little pockets of time where I can find it, So working really hard on this new first impressions video, which I think is going to be, it's for a magic product that came out a couple of months ago. It was this year, but something I couldn't jump on whenever it came out, and now through magic, quite literally through magic, I've acquired one, and I'm going to be giving you my first impressions and then diving deeper into it. I'll tell you what it is. It's the FPS wallet from Brent Braun. I'm not going to talk very much about it on this live stream. You're going to have to wait till Thursday to see the full video. Okay, but there you go. I got that through I don't want to say clandestine means, because it sounds like I stole it. It was given to me as a gift, and go into all that in the video and all that kind of stuff. So very excited to talk about it, and it's quite good, actually. I'll say that. I'm excited for you guys to see that first impressions video. So we're coming up on 9:38 already. Can you believe it? Jeez, just time flies whenever you've got wings or been bit by a snake. I don't know where that's going. I just lost 2 viewers with that joke. So, yes, if anybody has any questions or anything they want to talk about in general before we get into the meat and potatoes of tonight's live stream, I want to make sure we leave room for that, because I think we're going to be talking about that and speculating on that for quite a bit during this stream. So I want to leave room for you guys to ask whatever you want. AMS, what's up? Wow, early live stream, what's up? I'm here early, since you're just joining. I'm here early because I'm not going to be able to go much past 11 o'clock, but I wanted this to be a longer stream. I feel like cutting out at 45 minutes or an hour, man, just doesn't give me enough time to really kind of open up. By the time things start getting fun, I gotta go. And I always hate that. So I can't push much past 11 o'clock But what I can do is I can start a little bit earlier sometimes. So that's what I'm doing to kind of give us more time. I guess we'll go ahead and just. I just checked, and Illusionist site and Facebook page are offline. If Illusionist goes out of biz, what happens to all my downloads on their website? These are good questions. Yeah, let's freaking talk about it. The floodgates are open now. So earlier today, I don't know if you guys got this, but I got a. Let me see if I can pull it up for you. I got window capture, add source. Let's do this. Thank you, Streamlabs. I appreciate you whenever you're helpful, and I don't whenever you're not. So let's go. Let's see if I can find that. I have this little thing here. I can find it. Let's see if I can add it. How do I add it? Window capture. Come on, baby. Come on. Notes. Okay, here we go. I hope you all can see this. It says, Brad here. This is an email I got. I'm sure a lot of you guys got this. It says, Brad here. I just wanted to send you a quick email. This is all I'm comfortable saying for now. 20 years ago to this day, I locked myself in a one-bedroom apartment in San Francisco and was furiously working on Illusionist's launch after service. I was a waiter at the time. I taken a bank loan for private investment, risking it all to make my dream a reality. Over the last 20 years, there's been incredible highs and incredible lows, but it was all worth it. It's Friday, so I don't want to take up too much of your time. I just wanted to say a quick thank you as I take a trip down memory lane. Your support over the last 2 decades has meant the world to me. Sincerely, thank you. Brad Christian, founder of Illusionist. So, what the heck is that? What the heck does that mean? That's kind of... And then there's also a YouTube. There's a premiere set for, I think, 2 days from now, where they're going to be doing some kind of announcement or something. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Barry, thank you. Barry H, I just read your comment. Yeah. 2 days from now, we got some announcement coming from them. That's when we know that's the deadline. That's when they're going to tell us what the heck's going on over there. But, like, Brad is, like, it seems like he's saying goodbye. And now we have this going on. And then I guess the sites are down. So what the heck is going on? Right? And there's a couple of thoughts that I have. I mean, the first one is Illusionist is going out of business, right? Is that what's happening? Has Illusionist been bought out by a larger company, or are they merging with a different company? Are they going under some substantial change to their business model than they have before? Maybe they're going to lean heavily into the streaming service thing. It's very tough to tell because I don't know how much Illusionist is selling. I don't know how much any magic company is selling right now when it comes to magic, because if you're talking about all the people who normally perform magic, we're all social distance. I can tell you right now, as a professional magician, I have been suffering since the beginning since February. I have not done but maybe 8 shows in that whole time. So, tell me how much demand there is for magic, to purchase magic if pro magicians are all out of work, right? I mean, yeah, there's a huge hobbyist community, which is great too, but we're hobbyists performing this. If you're cutting off a pretty big revenue source with professional magicians than anybody who would normally perform magic for people on the street. Now you can't approach people. You got to stay 6 feet away from them. You can't do magic in people's hands. It has been crazy how hard the events industry has been hit by the we'll say it was called the pandemic. I'm sure if I say the other word, I'm going to get demonetized or something. But yeah, man, it's like, what is going on? So are they going out of business? Are they restructuring? Are they being bought by another company? What is going on? Lots of weird stuff. I guess we'll find out on November 2nd what's going on. But I wanted to talk and see what you guys' opinion are. The sites being down, like the Illusionist site and Facebook being down, I don't know if that's true. I want to check that out right now and see if that's... I'm going to see if I can pull up Illusionist. Illusionist.com. Oh, man. You weren't lying, Barry. It says, this site is no longer available. Make sure you typed in the correct address and that your internet connection is active. Yikes. So what that could mean is heck, they're rebuilding the site. It could mean they're rebuilding the site. They've changed their business model. They're going in a new direction, still in Magic, but doing more heavily relying on live stream and download or whatever, and they're rebuilding everything. And they had to bring the site down to do that. Could mean. It could mean. It could mean nothing. Honestly, here's the thing. This could be. It could also be a giant. Excuse me, a giant burp. No, it could be a giant conspiracy theory here, but maybe they're doing all this to get people to realize how much they appreciate Illusionist and don't want them to go away. This could be a publicity stunt. I don't know. I'm curious. I'm going to check over your comments and see what you guys think. But let's see. We got. Did Brian invite you on Night Attack yet? No, Brian has not invited me on Night Attack yet. I'm going to call him about that. I called him around the same time that we found out that he was sick. If you guys got his Twitter post about that, that he actually caught the thing that's going around. And so I have not. I was like, I'm gonna leave him alone for a while. He's got stuff going on. So I need to call him again. So I'm gonna call him again, and I would love to be on Night Attack. I think that'd be great. I would have a lot of fun with that. Rick says, if Illusionist goes out of business, what happens to all my downloads on their website? Well, Sans Minds went out of business, and what they did is they just sold it off to another website. I think it's called Online Magic Shop or something. You can still use all your old email and password and everything and access your videos. There are contingency plans that these companies have for that. Sometimes what they do is they're like, well, we're paid up through XYZ date, so after that our servers go offline. But if you want to go in, you can go ahead and we'll give you the ability to download your videos if you haven't already. Or there's a plan in place for that. So I don't know what it is, but because I've got some downloads on Illusionist too that I don't want to lose. I'm also curious about their services. Like I've got Picasso Pro, I've got Tempest, I've got some other like service-based things. I'm kind of worried about like, oh, well, we're not paying for the servers anymore, and then all these really great effects that I have that I paid a lot of money for, I no longer have, and that would be deeply upsetting as well. So I don't know. You hope that that's not what's happening, but it could be. I don't know. Let's see what else we got. Illusionist has an announcement on November 2nd. Yep, Barry. AMS says I saw it on Justin Miller's Instagram, and then I'm like, golly, stupid scrolling thing. I'm like, that's fake. And then I went to the site and it said, what? They got canceled after Vape by Luke Osley was released. Coincidence? I think not. I mean, it could be. Maybe Sans Minds bought them. I think they were bought. Yeah, their site is down. I think they're rebranding to Magic Stream. They're going to merge into Magic Stream. I really think that's probably what's going to end up happening. Peter Turner is all in with this company. I bet they're doing something different, not going under, I hope. AMS says Peter Turner is the Ben Earl of mentalism. That's not a compliment. Oh, well, you sucked me into reading that. It's just Russian hackers. Their streaming site is still up. The Magic Stream is still up. Okay. Oh, Online Magic Shop at Sans Minds makes sense because I saw the site before and I had no idea what it was. Yeah. Yep. So, yeah. Who knows? Who knows what's happening? I mean, right now it's just it's a speculation. I mean, it could be that they are. I would imagine, because I haven't seen any cracks in the foundation, as it were, about what's happening with the Illusionist. So, kind of coming out of left field, and maybe that's left field. The right hand doesn't know what the left hand's doing. My George Bushism for the night. So, yeah, who knows? Who knows what it is? I don't think they're going out of business. If you want my opinion, they're restructuring and they're going to be moving a lot of their stuff over to the Magic Stream platform. They found out that they're just going to go all in on that. They see the future of streaming. They don't know when Magic is going to come back. When live entertainment is going to come back. Everybody's feeling their belts being cinched down, myself included. What do you do, right? We're all pivoting. I hate that term, but we're all pivoting. I'm laying more heavily into YouTube. I'm hoping more people will join me on Patreon so that I can make YouTube a job. That's a big thing, close to monetizing, but I don't know how much that's really going to bring in. The other thing I'm doing is, of course, I'm doing Zoom shows to the public now. If you guys are into coming to see a Zoom show as a Muggle, okay, you can find out information about that. Get on my mailing list by going to my website. Still doing some in-person events, but it's very minimal what's going on, and I have no idea when we're going to get back up to full capacity. I'm going to start making the kind of living I was making, a year ago. So that's very, very distressing, and a lot of people are changing gears and moving online and doing all this kind of stuff. No company is an island, so I'm very curious to see what they're doing. I imagine they're probably, if I was to soothsay here, that they are going to be shifting in another direction. Maybe they've got too much overhead. Maybe they're trying to simplify things. Maybe they found out they can work more profitably as a streaming company and do Magic streaming and add more content. I was a Magic stream customer for a short time. I thought it was a good idea, but I think it needed more. At the time I was a member, I was not very impressed with the level of selection. It was just like a lot of, at least in my opinion, right? This is just my opinion. I love Illusionist as a company. I've been a customer of theirs since the King Rising Levitation and the Black Tiger deck first came out. So 20 years ago, okay? And at that time, oh God, where am I going with this? When I was on a Magic stream, there was a lot of very half-baked ideas, or, oh, this is something I've been working on forever. There's a great Instagram account that talks about all the, oh, this is something I've been working on for years. Translation, right? This is something I came up with while I was sitting on the toilet. But it felt like that. It really did feel like that. You go, like, really? That's not even a fully formed idea. Like, that's a starting point. But there's no developed routine here. So what am I paying for? I don't know. Just again, I love Illusionist. Just at the time I was a member, there was like maybe a handful of things that I thought were actually any kind of value. Let's check out their Instagram page is also down. They just sucked just pulled it all down. They're rebranding with the launch of Stackwatch 2.0. Yeah, watch the internet explode and eat itself. At least the internet or the magician side of it. Man, Stackwatch was such a controversial product. I didn't see what the big deal was. Let's see. I'm watching Married with Children right now. Love and marriage, love and marriage. Yeah, everybody used to call me, that show was very popular when I was a kid, and everybody used to call me Al, like Al Bundy. I'm like, don't call me Al. I'm not Paul Simon. You can't call me Al. I remember when Magic Geek was the only online store I had access to. Hey, Justin, what's going on, man? Justin's up at the party. So, Magic Geek was cool. I liked Magic Geek. I thought that the little promo videos on YouTube were really cute. They were always dorkily charming, and I always thought they were fun, and I always enjoyed them. Even if it was a fact I knew, and I would never buy it or whatever, it was still like, that's nice. You're doing your own trailer for it. You're doing your own performance. This, I tell you, brother, you can't have one without the other. Since I have my channel for gaming on a different account, I don't get notifications from this account. Well, subscribe to me on both accounts. Excuse me. So yeah, what do you guys think is most likely? I'm kind of curious. Do you think they're going out of business? Do you think they've been bought out? Think they're rebranding? What's the general sense I'm getting here is that everybody thinks that there's a giant rebrand coming. So, but I'd like to hear what you guys have to say. I am a big fan of Illusionists. I really like a lot of their stuff. I wish back in the day, I actually used to have they used to be a sponsor of this channel back before it was the Magic Minute, when I was just Alan Paletti, YouTube channel extraordinaire. I used to do deck reviews, and I had something like, well, I still had the amount of subscribers I had, but I was pushing hundreds of thousands of views. Like each video was like 100,000 views or more. It's ridiculous. YouTube has changed a lot since I've come back, and there's a hard grind back up to where I was. I don't know when I'll get there. Hopefully soon. But yeah, it was. I was doing any new deck that came out. People were sending them to me and going, "Hey, would you check these out on the channel? What do you think about these? Would you mind reviewing these? What would you think about these? Just do whatever whatever you want." I was doing, all kinds of cool stuff. And then I went away for a couple of years. Well, for a lot of years actually. And then when I came back, all my clout had evaporated, and it's starting from scratch basically. August before last. So when I came back, nobody wanted to work with me because I was getting 50 views or 100 views. But I've reached out to them, but that was back whenever, I can't even remember the name of the guy now. Oh gosh, the guy who was the GM of Illusionist at the time. I don't think he's there anymore, but he was the guy I used to talk to and get decks. Thank you. She doesn't know I started early. So yeah, it was cool, but I can't do that anymore. So Madison Rounders from Illusionist. I don't know. Yeah, well, because that's the other thing. Illusionists can't make certain decks anymore. I'm sure the decks are a huge moneymaker for them. They, were able to do they had the Shadow Masters, and they had the Black Tiger deck, and they have all the. A lot of those apparently they can't make anymore because of the United States Playing Card Company's policies now on recreating or using their back design that on unofficial products. So that could be a big thing, because those are honestly big cash cows. All the decks of cards, because the margins are so good on those. I used to work for a company called Magic Network. They're no longer around, but they made a deck called the Raider deck, and then later the White Raider deck. And these were decks. The White Raider deck is a deck I worked on. They were. I mean, because you're looking at honestly, if you order 20,000 decks of cards, which is the smallest unit size you can get to do full custom printing like that, at the time at least, you could do that, and your cost per deck was something like 80 cents. Okay, so if you're ordering 20,000 of them, mind you, okay, so you got to have at least $20,000 plus whatever the tax and shipping and all the stuff is, and all the artwork and all the other thing. So you're looking at, to do that kind of volume, you're looking at maybe spending $35,000 from concept to it existing, at least, if I'm being conservative, about $35,000 to launch a new deck and have the inventory. So if you're at that kind of margins, though, if you were selling out of your 20,000 deck stock, and you're selling the decks at $10 a deck, and you're not paying for shipping, if they're paying for shipping, so you're not even losing that overhead cost or that cost, you're 9 times in your investment on every single deck that you put out. And that'll build a company. That's why everybody's coming out with these custom decks and everything. It's because, guess what? You're going to be making a lot of money on them. You get the sexy artwork and the whatever, and get some guy that can flip them really well, and guess what? Now you're making bank. So okay. Oh, I'm missing some comments here. I'm sorry. Let me check. Before the Magic Stream was available, I was able to bypass its security 6 months before it was even announced, and I was going to come out and be able to use it, pay for a year. Bypass the security. White hat, or I don't know if that's white hat. I think that's black hat hacking, unless you told them about it. I ordered them Monday for the rounders. Okay. When they figure it out, they canceled my account. Oh, well, yeah, they would. At least they filled my order from last day ago. So, okay, well, that's good. That's good information, Rick, because that means that they were still fulfilling orders as of a couple days ago. So that's good news. Hopefully, that everybody's going to get their orders just fine, and anybody who's ordered something already is going to get it. I'm curious to see. In fact, does anybody have one of the apps from Illusionist? Because I want to see if they're working. That would be a big deal. Okay. Can we try an experiment to see if this is working? I need somebody to help me out and go here. Justin, let's see if I can. Can I use your help, or Justin, or one of my moderators? If I could ask you guys to help me out with something, I want to test something and see if their servers are still up for their apps. So I'm gonna keep reading these until I get a response from somebody. But I'd like to try that and see if that's working. At least we feel. What else we got? They figured out because we send an update. Oh no, I'm missing stuff. The Anime Rogue says the weird thing with Magic Geek is that every video they did was always with the same guy. Maybe that was why there were no more, because he left. I think, dude, that's actually his company. I think that same guy, that kind of like dorky guy with the hair and he's kind of skinny, I think that was the owner of Magic Geek. So maybe he just stopped doing them because he didn't need to do them anymore, or whatever. But that was the dude. Honey, I need you to go back to bed, sweetheart. Okay, we got to go talk to mommy, okay? I'm doing a live stream, sweetheart.
You do that now.
Oh, no, I'm working, so you got to close the door, Bubba.
I'm going to do it.
No. Honey Bear? I need you to grab Everett. Sorry, my son's out of bed, y'all. He's 3, and he never stays in his bed. But yeah, I want to try it out and see if one of you guys could help me out and see if their servers are still up for their effects. Alan, I watched a movie, something like Magic Institute. It was great. I'd love a reaction of some of the magic in that show. Okay, I will try to make a note of that and check it out. Zombie says, did Cardamone buy the U.S. playing card company? I don't think so. At least not that I heard. They were bouncing around between a couple of different owners. I think one of the last ones was to have them was Jardin, but Jardin doesn't own them anymore. I don't know who owns them now. I think Rubbermaid does. I think Rubbermaid owns the United States Playing Card Company right now. I think. I could be wrong, but I think so. If you had too many people buying, or you have only one card company, I mean, then you have to be worried about monopolies and that kind of stuff. So, got to be careful about that. I think we would have heard something. At the Magic Minute, what do you think of Kaylin Morelli's Instagram, The Nothing Experiment? I can just imagine Kaylin Morelli whipping out a card and saying nothing, and a spectator running away. Hey everyone, I'm Kaylin Morelli. I could see that happening too. That's a Kaylin Morelli type of thing. I am launching a deck. The final cost is just $1,100. Okay, so some questions I have about that. Are you doing a $20,000 deck run? Who are you paying for your artists? You know, that kind of stuff. Because when I'm quoting this, I'm going with a 20,000 unit minimum order, and having to pay an independent artist to make the deck. So doing all the artwork for the faces and backs and the box. I think I got the Magic Stream app. Not paid for some stuff. Won't be there. I'm trying to read through you guys. There's so many comments. I don't know if they're towards me or not. Okay, so if I could have one of the moderators to help me, it or Justin, would one of you guys message me on Facebook, please? Because I would like to send you something. I'd like to send you to a place, and I'd like to test out. Something and see if the app is still working, because that's going to be important, right? If like I've got some money invested in some apps from Illusionist, and I really would like them to work, and it would be a big nasty surprise if I'm in the middle of a Zoom show doing one of these effects and it don't work because it's whatever. So if I could have one of you guys message me, I'd really, really appreciate it, and we can maybe get something going there. I want to test this. And I'll be looking out either it or Justin 2 cards. If one of you guys would please message me on Facebook, I'd really appreciate it. And the reason I'm asking them is because they're my moderators, so they help me out with this kind of stuff. And let me pull out something I'm going to need also for it. And the fun part is you guys are going to get to watch me do a magic effect live on the interwebs. All right, Justin's messaged me. Thank you, Justin. We're going to get this going. Okay, let me do... What's up, man? Woo! let's do... Oh, man, where's my files app? Okay, so I have to pull up something because I have to print something out for this to be a thing. Got to print out a prediction. Justin, in a second, I'm gonna message you and I'm gonna send you to a website, okay? And I'm gonna need your help with this. Oh my goodness, can I get? Oh, nope, that's not gonna work. Let's go to here and see if I can get a copy of the thing. Yes, okay, all right. Can I print it? Hang on, guys. I'm still here. I just have to print something out on my printer, so I'm turning that guy on right now so we can go ahead and get that to work. Because I really want to test to see if this is going to be... This is, I think, really important to know if this stuff's working. If everything else is down, if their website's down, if their Facebook, their Instagram, all the things are down, are their servers down for their apps? I think that's a good question. Something that we should all find out and reveal here, so that way you know, moving forward with confidence, whether or not your apps are going to work when you need them to. So I'm going to print something out. Printing that right now. And hey guys, it looks like we have more people on the stream than usually come here, so thanks for joining us. If you guys are not regular viewers of the Magic Minute, consider subscribing or hitting the like button on this video. It really does help me out a lot. I do tips, tricks, and tutorials every Thursday at noon, as well as a live stream on Friday at 10 o'clock. And then I also do some other extra stuff whenever I have time to be able to do it. But yeah, please check it out and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm trying to hit 4,000 subscribers. When I hit 4,000, I'm doing a giveaway of a bunch of magic stuff. So it's going to be really cool. Do a giveaway extravaganza. That's printing right now, so we're going okay on that. Thank you for helping me out there, brother. And I'm going to see if Magic Stream app is still up. I want to see if the other effects are still up. That's good to know Magic Stream is still good. I'm not talking about Magic Stream, though. I'm talking about like their Picasso Pro and their Tempest and their all those ones. So those are the ones I'm worried about. We're going to get to test it live on air and see if their app ecosystem is still working. And I would really like to know what the heck is going on. Zombie is saying Brian looks so creepy with his classic smile, but the weird hair. Oh, you're talking about Brian Brushwood with the Karen haircut? It is it's different. He's gone through. He had the same spikes for like 20 years or something. Some crazy long time. He's had those spikes, and then he got a normal haircut, and he looked cool. He looked like looked as like a normal dude. It was a good haircut, suited him. And then like since the pandemic, he hasn't got any haircut, so his hair's just growing out and doing like this kind of like, I don't know. It reminds me of was it Javier Bardem? No Country for Old Men. Kind of got that thing going on, the coiffy thing. All right, guys, stay with me. I'm still here. I don't know, it's probably really interesting to stare at my backdrop, but I need to do this prediction, and I need to do it without anybody seeing me, so I'm trying to do this off camera here. I'm going to seal it in an envelope, and we're going to go through the whole thing like we're doing it for real, okay? So, okay, there's a prediction in this envelope. It is sealed. It's been printed off on my computer, so I can't change my mind here. It's going to be really hard to keep this on camera, but we're going to try. Maybe I can leave it right here. This is not the best place. And I'm sorry if I'm making a whole bunch of terrible noise here, but let's set it right. No? Anybody? Hit a 1 if you can hear me. I just got a message saying that you guys can't hear me. Can you hear me now? You're muted. I'm still... Gosh dang it. Okay. I'm not sure what's happening, y'all. I see. I'm working on it. Oh, man. You guys... you guys can hear me? You can hear me? 111? Okay. I think what happened is I bumped my my charging cable there, my connection cable. So I'm going to leave this over here. I'm going to move my microphone a little bit. Can you guys see that? Yeah, that's where it's going to stay. Okay, so that way you know I'm working on it. Great. I think what happened is whenever I shoved that envelope underneath the thing, I disconnected my power just a little bit. So I think that's what happened. Good, good, good. Okay, so Justin, are you on the website, my friend? Please let me know if you are in the website. On the website. Good, I'm glad. Thank you guys for letting me know if I'm still back. I'm back on. You guys can hear me. That's the worst. I hate no sound in the stream. That's like, what's going on? And then they never recognize it. Yep. All right. So, Alan, you're coming out with the underwear on Teespring. I already come out with the socks. If you guys don't know about my Teespring, I have a merch store for the Magic Minute. I got T-shirts and stuff, Magic-related T-shirts, and then some, of course, for the Magic Minute. But I also have my face socks, my legendary face socks. I actually have 2 people have been bold enough to buy those. And it's my face on socks, and it's hilarious and strange. But people buy them, and I don't know why. I wake up sometimes in the morning, and it smells like a gym, and I'm not sure why. Okay. You're on the website. Justin, okay. So on the website, there's a lot of different colors, right? We're not going to worry about black, okay? Black is already been used up, but we're going to try to use a single color each single time that we do this, okay? So click on any one of the colors and let me know when you've done that, okay? And this is going to be a little bit delayed, so I'm going to try to speed this along. You normally don't want to do it in a live stream like this because there is a delay. Yeah, not so good. If you guys would excuse me for just a second, I'm hearing something that I think needs my attention. Forgive me for having to jump out real quick, but I'll be right back, okay? Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Okay. Geez, yeah, my baby was crying and my wife had got to her, but she woke up and was scream crying pretty loud. So I was like, sorry, y'all, but I got to go take care of family stuff. So sorry about that. So you've clicked on a color. Don't tell me what the color is. Just what I'd like you to do with that color is I'd like you to color in that there's a picture of a stick person on that site. So whatever color you're on right now, color in his shirt. Okay, and then let me know whenever you've done that. Just color the shirt. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just a quick rough. We got an idea of what the color is, and then let me know whenever you're done with that. And then we're gonna keep over here until you're done with that. Justin, thanks for your help. So what's interesting is the website doesn't exist. However, the product URLs still show up on Google. That's weird, man. That's weird. Can we get the Bob Ross type underwear, but instead with you? I don't know if Teespring does underwear, but if you guys want to buy Magic Minute underwear with my face on it, it's going to be a huge turnoff for your significant others. But sure, I'll do it. I'll be like, be like, all right. Oh, here's what I could do. If you guys, if we had Magic Minute underwear, right, we get my face like right across the butt, and you'd be like, "Hey, everybody. Okay, great, Justin. Thank you." And then if you would select another color, okay, any other color. Again, not black. We're not in whatever color you were on. Don't select that one again. We're going to eliminate the color every single time we go down. Otherwise, we'd end up with, like, if you picked blue, it would be an all blue character. So we're going to do a different color every single time. Select a different color, and then let me know whenever you selected the next color. Okay. What do we got? Oh yeah, so you got the Teespring Magic Minute underwear, and on the back of the card it has like where's my two? Where's my two? Oh, it's on the top. Great. So it's got me like this. That would be the least sexy thing you've ever seen in your whole life. Justin, let me know. You got a new color. Okay. With this color, I don't know. Color in his hair. There you go. And then let me know whenever you're done coloring in his hair. Okay? Thank you, Justin. I really appreciate you doing this. What are we going? So we got, can you, shine. Can I wax my head for it? Yeah. Yeah, I'll do some shiny bald head. You guys are no, I'm not making. I don't think they even make underwear, guys. So I don't know how I'm gonna get you guys Magic Minute underwear, but that's getting awful intimate. the magic introducing the Magic Minute negligee. Wow. Oh my gosh. Okay. I would like to buy that. It would be funny. I do have the socks. I have the socks right now. That's kind of my weird product. But if I'll look and see if there's anybody that does custom underwear, and I'll create it if it's not cost prohibitive for me to do that. My gosh. All right. So you've been bouncing through the colors back and forth, Justin. I think you just said you got another one. The colors that are eliminated so far are black, right? Because we've already used that to draw, so I don't want to use any more black. And then whatever other colors that you've chosen, right, for the hair and for the shirt, I think it was. So any colors that you've already chosen and black are nil. Don't use those. And select any color that you want, and then we'll do the next thing, okay? This might be very creative marketing. I would buy that if it would be funny for the underwear done. Full on Mr. Clean. I could do that. The full on Mr. Clean. The Magic Minute Tidy Whities. I don't know what you call. You know what? I don't know. That actually has a kind of a weird connotation to it, though. Like, these are my Magic Minute underwear. Like, it kind of speaks to maybe your fortitude. maybe you don't want advertising that a minute is, maybe the Magic Minute is, what you call, I don't know. I'm trying to keep this as over anybody who's younger than 18. So you've got another color? Okay, what do we got? I think I might just do the Magic Minute underwear. Okay. That's all you need. Michael Boring. Okay, Justin, I'm sorry. I'm been caught up in the comments. If you have another color, please color in. I don't know what we have left. We got his hair. We did his hair, his shirt. Go ahead and color in his shoes. Okay, and let me know whenever you've done that. Okay? Thank you. Thank you. You're an amazing help, Justin. I really appreciate you. There's a reason I'm doing this. Cold Diamond, the Magic Rogue says, if you wear underwear that says the Magic Minute on it, I feel bad for your significant other. That's kind of the point I was trying to get to. I was trying to say it without, being, but isn't it impressive? It may only be a minute, but it's magical. Wow, I hadn't thought about it in that context before, but that's interesting. Okay, all right. Well, the sales for that are not going to be great. So that color is eliminated now. So whatever color you colored in for shoes, can't use it again. Pick yet another color. I think we've got a couple more pieces of clothing for him to color in. I think it's ties, pants, and some other stuff. So if you would select yet another color for me, Justin, anything you want, and let me know whenever you've selected that next color, okay? Thank you. No offense, but I'm thinking I don't want any guy on my underwear. Magic Minute Shine Bald Head hat. I don't know, man. Somebody wanted me on their socks. 2 people wanted me on their socks. So, yeah, I feel like I should give somebody an award for that or something. Okay, so you have another color. Take this color, whatever color you've got right now, and if you would color in his tie. Okay? And let me know when you've done that. Thank you, Justin. So I think new clothing line. Magic Trick is longer than a disappearing act from David Copperfield. I'm gonna disappear. But first, a story. When I was a little boy, I never saw snow. And one day, a little cold drop touched my nose. It was gentle, like being blown a kiss. And that's the David Copperfield way. And then slowly, the storm picked up, and I was whisked away. And Justin, if you would select another color for me, please. And then I would disappear slowly, falling back into my childhood as a magician. Please, thank you. Oh, Justin. So normally this effect doesn't take this long. There is quite a bit of a delay between whenever I say something and whenever you guys can hear me say the thing. And so, like, if done on like a Zoom call or done in person, this is just rapid fire. But not through this medium, especially not through YouTube and not through Facebook. You have to take forever to have anything sent across. All right, the new clothing line from the Magic Minute. And I don't know what we have left, Justin. I see you say you're on the last color. Great. The last color, I guess, color in the last thing. I guess it would be his pants. I think that's the thing that's left. If that's what's left, color it in. Whatever it is. And let me know when you're done. And then if there's a way to screen cap it. Or maybe you can just... I don't know how we do that. Through this, it's not really great because you're not going to be able to show the picture. The Magic Minute beard face mask. Ooh, I can do that. I can do the standard style, or I can do the neck gaiter if you guys want to wear my face. Like frickin' Silence of the Lambs style. We could do that. I got a crooked smile there. I don't know if you want that, but I can do that for you. The Magic Minute beard mask. It's beardy. Sorry, it's one of those things where here we go. Justin says he's done. Justin could send it on Facebook. Yeah, that's actually a great idea. Thank you, Zombie. I appreciate that. If you guys are not on the Facebook page yet, please go check it out. It's facebook.com Okay, so he just did. Okay, he just did. Fabulous. Okay, so I'm gonna go there, so you guys all know it's the same thing. That we're all doing the same thing, and anybody who doesn't want to go there can still see this. But Justin posted, hopefully, somewhere. He can post it on. Oh yeah, because I don't know where to. Justin just sent a photo. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Great. Do it on. Okay. Thank you guys. You guys are awesome. However we want to do it. You have a couple of different ways now. If you guys, Justin, if you want to post it on an IMG URL, it's on my tablet as a private message. Okay. And then we got a couple of different ways to do this. Okay. So whatever you want to do, you can check it out. He sent me it as a private message on Facebook, so nobody else will be able to see this. But this is the drawing that he just messaged me. Okay. And the it's kind of getting washed out there, but it looks like yellow shoes and orange hair. It's a little bit bleached out, but that's what that is. I know that the yellow and the orange are really hard to tell apart on camera, but it's orange hair, blue shirt, red tie, yellow shoes, green pants. Okay? And so here we go. I printed this off of my computer before we did anything. Bam. Orange hair, blue shirt, red tie, green pants, yellow shoes. Perfectly matched up. Random choices. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 random choices times 5 other places times there's a lot of places. This is like 5 factorial or something. I don't know the actual math thing here, but that's a lot of different choices to have it be a coincidence. Okay? Boom. The drawing is correct. So that tells us 2 things. 1, the effect is cool. And 2, the servers are still working. So that's a good news. That's a good news. And thank you, Justin. A big thank you very much, Justin, for going through all of that with me and going through the chaos of trying to like listen on the stream. I am just imagining Justin like sitting there sweating bullets, like trying to like go to the website and color the thing in and listening to my instructions and going back and forth and telling me whenever he did it. So Justin, a big thank you for you. Lots of hearts and you know, big thanks. Get a man. It was a pretty good coloring job. It was a great coloring job. So if you wanted to see like a real-time example on a live stream, what it would look like to perform Picasso Pro, you just saw it. I would not recommend doing it this way though. A Zoom call, if you're going to be doing this remotely, a Zoom call is a much better way to do it because it's much more real-time. Even Facebook has some awful lag, man, back and forth. I don't know. Maybe they fixed it whenever they started doing those Zoom chat room things, but oh man. So Adam Wilbur has a teaser on his Instagram for something called Vulpine Creations. Could it be an Illusionist rebrand? I don't know. Fox, like female Fox Creations. I don't know. I'm so smart. The real trick was that I'm a mentalist and I read Alan's mind. Sure. Yeah. No, you did. You could definitely brand it that way, right? I mean, that's the cool thing about mentalism, and also the thing you have to be careful about with mentalism is you can either, I mean, like the same effect can be presented or interpreted a number of different ways based on what you say that you're doing, and that's the great gift and also the great curse of mentalism, because if you're not clear, then the effect can kind of get muddied and people might not understand what it was you were doing. But yeah, you can definitely make it about, hey, you read my mind, right? I just created this and I've been testing people's psychic abilities and I want to see how close. Nobody's got it right yet. They've gotten close, but nobody's hit it right on the mark. There are too many different variables and ways to do it. So let's test it. Let's see if you're psychic. And then you could definitely play it that way and let a spectator feel like they were able to intuit all of the things that you had pre-prepared, right, as a test for psychic ability. Totally could do it that way. Or you could do it as a prediction, right, which is, I think, the classic way to do it. But that's a great way to, I mean, But you have to be clear in your communication whenever you're doing the performance, what it is you're doing, right? Why are you doing it, and what is supposed to take place, so that people at the end can go, okay, and everything goes to A to B to C to D. So, yeah, definitely could do that. So, Justin, yes, you are correct. You read my mind. Yeah, my wonderful Streamlabs bot is letting you know that you can go to the Sweet Magic merch store at Teespring. And I actually got some magic related shirts. It's not just, hey, everything's got Magic Minute on it. I've got some classic like woodcut prints that are in the public domain now, so you guys can get like cool stickers and cell phone cases and that kind of stuff if you're into that kind of thing. Also got a funny "Don't Run When You're Not Being Chased" shirt I like a lot. It's all done in symbols, and that one's I'm actually a big fan of that one. So take a look. There might be something there for you, and you'd be helping support the channel in the process. Yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate your consideration and listening to my boring marketing message. So we are at, what are we at now? We're at an hour and 4 minutes, 22 seconds. 16 viewers. Oh, that's really cool too. This is one of the nicer full streams that we've had when we haven't been fakely added viewers like that one time. If you guys, people who've been watching a long time, know that there was like one time where I got something like 500. It was some stupid number of like people who were watching concurrently, and it was like, where are all these people coming from? And then later I get a comment on that video after it uploaded and I'd finished and everything, saying, "Oh, we sent you so many views on da 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 da, and if you like that and you want to see more, then you can pay for our service and we will send you people to watch your videos and stuff." I was like, no, I don't want. A, I don't think YouTube allows that in their community guidelines, and B, I don't want that. I want people who actually like found me and want to watch the channel. I don't want to be doing that kind of thing where I'm paying to try to get, like, no, I don't want to do it that way. We got, oh, what's your Facebook? The Facebook is oh yeah, it's the message right above you, the Streamlabs. There's a link right above your comment that tells you the Facebook. It's facebook.com/The Magic Minute Official. It's also tied to my Instagram account, which I have an Instagram account where sometimes I'll share like thumbnails or some behind the scenes stuff that you guys can check out if you want to see kind of what I'm working on or what's down the pipeline. That's been kind of fun to do that. So, yeah, really like the chase stuff. I'm more of a card sleight of hand guy though. So, chased is awesome, guys. Like, you don't have to, like, you can mix hardcore sleight of hand with the memorization and get some, Juan Tamariz. Like, they're not exclusive to one another. The more tools that you have in your tool belt, the better job you can, or the more finesse you can put on your job at the end there, right? So Justin, I want to talk about that actually. Thanks for bringing that up. The idea of gaffs or gimmicks and stuff, and using them and not using them, and what camp do I fall in? Because I've been asked this a couple of times. I've never had a platform to talk about it publicly. I heard Nate Kranzo one time say that he preferred the method that allowed him to do the best job, and I think that's exactly my sentiments on it. I like being able to do everything with sleight of hand if I can, but there are some effects that, like, okay, coin and bottle, like, do coin and bottle with sleight of hand. Not gonna happen, right? No, it doesn't matter how well you can wiggle your fingers. You're never gonna get a coin in a bottle with sleight of hand. So there's a classic example, right? Now, I don't like magic, or I think the thing is that people think about is stuff like the Raven or Stack Watch. Maybe might fall into that category for some people, but the types of gimmicks or gaffs or that kind of stuff that gives you a shortcut to all the hard work that you normally have to put into a thing. I don't know. Is it cheating? No. I don't think so, but I can understand why some people would feel that way, and I might even feel that way sometimes, and I've got to fight that own feeling in myself. I like doing stuff with sleight of hand wherever possible, and the reason is very simple, because I'm not going to forget my hands at home. That's the big reason. I want, at least, even if it's not my go-to or preferred way, I want a sleight of hand way to do most of the effects that I do with gaffs or gimmicks, right? So I always look for an ungimmicked way to do it, or a sleight of hand way to do an effect to have in my back pocket just in case I'm like, oh, this would be great here, or oh, this is part of my set and I forgot this at home. To have something that kind of works in that same vein or kind of fills that spot in a pinch or an emergency is really nice. But there are some things that you can only do with gimmicks or gaffs, and they were invented for that reason. So like, somebody creates an effect that, creates an effect that uses a gimmick or gaff, and that's specific to that trick. You can't then go and say, oh, well, I only do sleight of hand, so I'm going to figure out a sleight of hand way to do it that's better. It's like, it was like you're not losing any clout by giving up the gimmick that was originally used to create this effect. Like, there's a reason that the gimmick exists, was so that you could accomplish this effect, and so it's not then cheating to use the tool for its intended purpose. Right, so I think that you can get really caught up in this kind of stuff, and then the purity of the magic or whatever. Yeah, I do like magic when magic comes from my own hands and my own my own grasp, right? That it flows forth from my fingertips, if you will. But okay, what's going to look better? Is it going to look better if I use a folding quarter, or is it going to look better if I just kind of hold the coin up One's going to look better. One's going to sound better. One's going to be a better experience for your audience. And that's what I'm about. What is going to give my audience the best experience? Not about what gratifies me necessarily as an artist, so much as what will create the effect for the audience. Because that's really where your focus should be. We get so wrapped up in the idea that, well, I want to do it this way, or I like these effects, so I'm going to do these things. But you forget, what is your audience like? Do they like that kind of stuff? Do you have the personality to pull off that effect? Or you just, Harry the Hat, Harry Anderson, could pull off very snarky attitude and still be very lovable. That's not everybody. Not everybody has that kind of personality that flows well with an audience. You put somebody else in that role saying those lines, doing those effects, and you're going to get not laughs, you're going to get this kind of standoffish, or people being straight up offended in some cases. So you have to find stuff that fits your personality. And, Oh, okay, so we got people messaging me and saying stuff. So I feel more accomplished if the reactions from my own built-up skills versus someone else made. I've seen sleight of hand versions of McDonald's Aces. Yeah, and there's really good. I mean, there are good sleight of hand things too. Like, they're not mutually exclusive. Worry about the audience, not your own self gratification. What is the audience like? It's that scene from Joe Dirt. Whenever Joe Dirt's out in the desert and he meets the Native American man who sells snakes and sparklers, right? He goes, well, do you have any of these? Nate starts naming all these really comical fireworks, and he goes, I just like the snakes and sparklers. He's like, it's not about what you want. It's about the consumer. And that's exactly it. Yes, there is a time to gratify your artist nature and to do things that are important to you and to your art and stuff like that. There's another time, like if you are a paid professional magician, you got to do stuff that's going to be great and it's going to fit with your personality and comes across and plays for your audience the way that it needs to, whether or not you really love it or not. There's some effects that I do. I'm like, I don't get why people find this amazing, but okay, it's an okay trick. But I get people that after a show go, that was the best trick of the whole night. And I'm like, really? That was the best trick? I'm saying that in my head. I'm not saying it out loud, but I'm going, really? That was the one that got you? Like, I think this one was much more clever, or this one was much more deceptive, or this one was much more amazing, or whatever it is, or but then they like the little silly thing, and you just can feel, ugh, really? But so what? Your audience enjoyed it. You gave them a gift. be happy with that. So I don't care how, what way you get there. It doesn't matter if it came with a gimmick or a gaff or if you did it with sleight of hand. We're just going to give your audience the best experience. Well, we're coming up on the end again, guys. Can you believe this? The first time I performed Monkey for a coworker, they were legit blown away by the beginning, which was just a pat. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about, Riley. That's exactly it. People will just. It's like, really? That was the thing that got you? Like, for me, it's oftentimes it's the one ahead, like just a simple mentalist one ahead thing, like an ABC or a 1, 2, 3. That was my first time on Scam Nation was teaching that. That was years ago now, but was teaching that one ahead principle and the out of order thing. And I'm like, really? That's not that hard to figure out. And it's kind of amazing. Like, okay, but like I never really thought of it as like some mind-blowing trick, but that's all people talk about after I do a set. If I add that in there, people are like, yeah, but how did he know? Like there was only like 3 guesses and he did and he knew all 3 things like ahead of time, and he was just, so what? Like it doesn't matter. Like there's a time to gratify your inner artist and there's a time to please an audience, and they're not necessarily the same thing, right? Coming as not a hobbyist, not somebody who doesn't necessarily. I still have fun doing it, but let's be real here. It's a job, and like I was talking with Alex about this earlier on Facebook, is there's a big difference between performing as a hobbyist, who, hey, you're hanging out with some friends, and oh, hey, cool, I got this new thing. You guys check this out, all right? And then show them something because it's fun, and then contrast that with, it's 8 o'clock and I'm contractually obligated to be somewhere. There is a big difference between the experiences between those two. One's just hanging out with friends, or one like you have to perform. It doesn't matter if you're sick. Well, it depends on the sick, right? Because you don't want, if you're contagious or something, you definitely don't want to be out performing. You get a cover for that in that situation. But let's say, maybe you stubbed your toe real bad, or somebody ran over your cat, or you got in an argument with your spouse, or it don't matter. Like you got to go there. What are you going to call? Say, hey, no, I'm sorry, but this multi-$1,000 gig that you just booked me for, I'm sorry, you can't do that. You can't do that. So you got to show up, and you have to be in a positive, solid, happy mood the whole time. You got to be bringing it. You could feel like on the inside, but you better smile and leave that stuff at the door and make sure everybody has a great time, because that's what you were hired to do. So there's very much a suppression of feelings until later time that sometimes happens. You may not always feel like performing. I don't always feel like performing. There are nights where I'm like, man, kind of really would rather just cuddle up and watch a movie with the wife or something. Like, I'd much rather do that. But guess what? It's Tuesday at 8 o'clock and I got to be somewhere. So it doesn't matter how I feel. So, yeah. Feels like forever. Great read, Strong Magic by Darwin Ortiz. I will check that out. I have not read Strong Magic. I have read Making Magic Real and Making Real Magic by Richard Osterland, and I found those to be really great reads, along with Beyond Secrets by Jay Sankey, which, by the way, if you don't know, if you go sign up for his email list, you actually get Beyond Secrets, the PDF copy, for free. It's still going on, so it's great. It's full of wonderful thoughts on magic, and I think every magician should read it. So I don't necessarily agree with everything Jay says in there, but enough of it that I think it'll make you think. So go check it out. Beyond Secrets PDF, you can get like that, and you also get like 2 sets of his lecture notes or something for free for joining his mailing list. Definitely should do that. It's a free PDF on a book that cost me $20 to get. So we forget that we aren't usually performing for magicians. We're not, right? We're never performing. I mean, like, how often do I perform for magicians? The only time I was ever going to perform for magicians was whenever I was supposed to be at TA1 this past year. Like, I never perform for magicians. Conferences, right? That's the only time. You forget that, yeah, most of the people that will ever see you are muggles, right? They're just regular normal people who have like they know magic's a thing, but they've never met a magician. They say, oh yeah, there was a TV show or something. I met an 80-year-old lady a couple years ago who had never seen a magician in real life before. It's in her 80 years, right? So there are people out there who have never ever seen magic in real life before. You gotta, right? That you're the first magician they've ever seen. So bring it. Give them the good stuff, you know? Don't be so caught up in, oh, well, look at my, oh, I forget what you call it, Alex. That crazy, stupid palm you do. He does this ridiculous, like, palm. I don't even know what it's called. Anyway, the Harbottle stuff or whatever it is. Like, I'm like, you know, it's cool, but, like, we get too caught up in, like, the Instagram, you know, everybody's one-upmanship, Instagram, look, we have the perfect magic life and everything's so cool. That's what I try to bring with this channel is a bit of realism. Like, look, there's a lot of people who do some really cool, visually arresting stuff on Instagram. How many of them are working? You know, like, this is my job. It's how I feed my family. This is what I do. And I can tell you that I don't have any videos like that. That's not what it's about. It's more about, not about how cool you look on Instagram for other magicians, but what do you do for the clients that hire you? Like, what problem do you solve? Know that, and the world is yours. Let's see, we got. But thank you for the comment, Riley. I appreciate that very much. Kit Walker, hey Kit. It's been all but forever for me. Thanks for the dumpster fire of a year messing with schedules. I haven't been able to catch a stream in ages. Yeah, well, welcome back. I'm so glad to have you. It's I haven't gone anywhere. Every Friday at 10 p.m. I'm looking at doing some massive switch ups and change ups here in the coming future. I need to you know, make this more accessible for more people or do more streams or something, because there's a lot of stuff that I want to do, and I'm really constricted by time and by treasure, right? Time and treasure. Those are the two things that I'm in short supply of in current days. So I'm working slowly and surely towards some really cool stuff. If you haven't heard about it, but I'm working on a restaurant magic lecture that I'm hoping to release pretty soon. So that's something that would be cool. The Magic Minute board game. I don't know. How would you do the Magic Minute? I like the merch ideas. I just got to find people to buy. I'm happy to create that. Here's the situation that I'm in. I have you know, I put a lot of work in, you know, into the artwork for like the Teespring store, or you know, trying to create this or trying to create that or do this or this outlet. And I don't know what I'm missing, what people want, right? Like I know that there's something that I have in my head that people would like to have and that I could make money for. I just don't know what you guys want. So if you guys have an idea for something you want me to put out, your information products, some question that you need answered in a very full and round way, send it my way. And also, if you're an artist, I know a couple of you are. I know Cedric is. I know Minnie's not watching the stream right now, most likely, but Minnie will be back or watch this later. Hi, Minnie, who's also a lovely artist. I want to start partnering with you guys. I want to start doing a thing where we've got so many talented artists that watch this show that I want to put together some kind of collaborative thing where, like, hey, you know, this month's sponsored artist, right? So this person, but we really got to make it popular, because otherwise we're going to ask all these people to put all their time, all these artists to put all their hard work, blood, sweat, and tears into this project, and then to get nothing out of it would not be cool. But I would like to partner with some artists who watch this channel and have them design a shirt and like make that an exclusive for a month or something, and then go, hey, look, you know, pick up the Mini Muniz custom shirt this month only. Pick up, you know, when it's gone, and then, you know, do something like that, and then split the profits with her. Like, I would love to do that. But I can only do that if I'm confident people will pick up the shirts, which right now Teespring ain't too popular on the radar of most people. So trying to bring those to more people's attention, because those are things I'd like to do. I'd like to reward you guys and celebrate art in the process. So if you're down for that and you're interested, please help support me, help support some wonderful artists that watch this channel and keep us going. But if you're interested in doing that, either picking up a shirt, or if you're interested in submitting artwork or something like that and collaborating with me, please message me on Facebook and facebook.com/The Magic Minute Official. You'll be able to send me a direct message there, and we'll start chatting, or maybe send me some samples of your artwork or something. Love to start talking to you guys about that. What do we got? Thank you, Instagram. Follow the Magic Minute on Instagram. Do it.
Do it now. Get to the chopper.
That was loud. I perform more effects by Jay than anybody else. Not professionally. His stuff is solid. Yeah, Jay is great. I mean, here's the thing about Jay is that he has a background in psychology. He was a stand-up comedian. He draws from a lot of different places in his experience. And I've heard it described that he's the Stephen King of magic, which means that it's a lot of like shotgunning stuff or throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. There's a lot of stuff that Jay's put out that that just left me cold. I was like, that's not for me. That's for somebody, that's not for me. But if you are that prolific, then eventually you're going to have some hits. And that's what he's had. He's had some really good ones. Airtight's been amazing. Paperclip is great. In a Flash. I can, the list goes on, but I mean, like, he's had some really solid stuff, and I think that, there's a lot of people who want to complain about him, but Revolutionary coin magic was excellent. Revolutionary card magic was excellent. Guy knows what he's doing, and he's a savvy business person too. So I'm not crapping on him. I love the guy. I've met him on 4 separate occasions. Yeah, big fan of that guy. Been a fan of his since I was a kid. Zombie says Magic Minute underwear that can be used for a magic trick. I had a T-shirt idea that could be used for a magic trick. Actually, it was some ESP symbols on a shirt, and you could divine somebody, their thought of symbol, and reveal it in a cool way. So that was something I was working on, but I don't know if there would be any interest in it. I made up a prototype and never went anywhere with it. But if that sounds like something you'd be into, like some kind of like mind reading T-shirt, let me know. If you'd buy one, let me know, and then I'll put the effort into actually putting it together. Because that one has to be a custom job. I actually can't do that from Teespring. I have to hire a local artist here to actually hand make those. So, like, I need to have like orders for those before I ask her to do that. Next stream we can help you design stuff for Teespring. Thank you. Love you guys. Restaurant magic lecture actually sounds really interesting. It's a side of magic, a business that I really don't see very often. It's something I've been doing for the last 12 years professionally. It's how a big part of how I market myself as a magician to the general public. And the clever thing about it is you get paid to market yourself. Can you think of any other situation where you make money to spread the word about your business? Not that many ways to do that. So, it's something I could give the lecture now. The thing for the longest time, the 2 hangups were, what platform do I use to meet face to face with everyone, but also handle payment, right? So that was solved by Facebook, because Facebook has that Zoom style meeting thing where you can pay for online, for access to a thing or something. So people could pay their 2 bits and then get into the lecture. So and I can schedule that and everything, and that's great. So I can do that now, and I can promote it through the Facebook, through Facebook. So that's cool. The other part was the lecture notes, because the thing is that my lecture is quite long. It's like, it touches about 3 hours to try to cover everything that I want to talk about. And how do I, and then everybody watches the stream, then what, So I was trying to add the lecture notes, and so I've been writing them, but I'm basically writing a book, and it's like, ooh, a lot of work, and I'm trying to find little snippets of time to work on that with all the other projects I have going on. So I'm going to need to move that up to the front burner, not the back burner, and put some more effort into that. But thank you for your interest, and stay subscribed to the channel for more information on that, and also the Facebook site. And then also patrons, get a little bit of anything that happens. Patrons will get a look at it first. That's kind of the first people get to see anything new that happens on the channel like that. Restaurant and strolling is what I'm interested in. You're listening to Inside of You with Michael Rosenbaum. Yep, Clark. I should have died in that car accident. But I remember you came out and dived into the water and ripped the door off the hinges. Yeah, I used to love Smallville. That was great. I know a few artists, graphic designers. I would love to, please introduce them to the idea. I would love, I've got a very basic understanding of how to design stuff, and I'm sure there's somebody who could do a killer bang-up job, and I would like to pay them for that. So somebody who's interested in that arrangement and would like to partner with me, if we can get enough people interested in buying that, that'd be great. I would love that. Please send anybody my way. Justin has to go for the night. I got some editing to do, and I got to get up real early. So good night, y'all. Good night. Happy Halloween. I hope it's a happy one. It's not quite Halloween where I'm at yet, but if it's Halloween where you are in 4 minutes, happy Halloween. Growing up in Michigan, we had something called Devil's Night, and that was, or it's also known as Mischief Night in some other places. But Devil's Night is a night for mischief, where the hooligans will go out and do things, egging cars and putting teepee in the, ding dong ditch and the flaming poo bags and all the stuff. So, and actually it was worse than that. It was also a night for a lot of arson, because I grew up in Michigan, in a suburb of Detroit. Detroit had it really bad. That's actually where I think Devil's Night came from in the first place. We had a lot of arsony, and in fact, you would probably, if you ever seen the movie The Crow or know about it, that was pretty close to reality. Not the whole coming back from the dead to avenge you and your lover's murder, but the whole Devil's Night thing. That's an actual thing. It's a real holiday, or infamous day. I wouldn't call it a holiday where nobody's having it. Anyway, when's Mr. Beast Challenge buys out Magic Minute stock on Teespring? Hey, cool. Yeah, well, you know what happened to Smallville? It's so weird because do you remember that what is that, Nivium? Was that guy that just got arrested and put like 20 years in a federal prison, or 20 years to life or something for making like that cult? Like Chloe, the actress Chloe, or the actress who plays Chloe it was Allison Mack. Allison Mack played Chloe on Smallville. She was a part of that thing, and she was all like up in trouble. I don't know where she is legally right now, but she was part of that cult thing, and it was like a recruiter or something. That's some crazy stuff. You go back and you watch it, and you're like, oh, like, I don't know. It kind of tainted the whole series for me. I can't watch it anymore. A radio show. Well, I would love to do a radio show. In fact, I'd like to do. I mean, that's kind of what I do with this program. I was doing a podcast for a while, but I couldn't get enough people to listen to it. So I think part of the problem was that I didn't have a unique enough of an idea for the podcast to justify upholding that too. So I kind of got rid of that. But again, anything that's extra that couldn't fit on, I was trying to, like, anything that couldn't fit on YouTube, I was trying to put into this podcast, but the podcast didn't really work for an audio-only medium, so I decided to go over to Patreon, where I could do videos that were long form and about weird topics and this and that and the other things that all related to magic, but stuff that wouldn't necessarily fit the YouTube model a little bit better, because you get slapped if you don't do very good on a video and you have a couple of duds, then YouTube kind of like stops giving you as much love, the algorithm. So like there's a bunch of stuff I like to talk about and want to talk about, and am very limited in what I can say or what kinds of stuff I can do on main page YouTube, because the algorithm doesn't like it, which means that now I'm chasing the algorithm instead of what I want to do. So that's what Patreon is for. Patreon allows me to, or YouTube allows me to talk about much larger, broader topics that are going to appeal to general audiences and going to, bring people in and stuff. And then the next level to get to the real meat and potatoes of the stuff that I really want to talk about and the much heavier, deeper conversations and all that stuff exists on Patreon. So that's that next level of, okay, well, this is all the nice surface stuff, but let's really dig in our heels. And the reason I like Patreon is it also allows me to spend one-on-one time with individual subscribers or patrons in this case. So that way I can coach them individually if that's something that they want. They can go, hey, look, I'm just starting my magic career and I could really use some help on or some direction on this, or where do I do this, or I'm a hobbyist but I'm trying to take it more seriously, or I keep getting hung up on this problem or whatever. Like there's a tier to like get my attention for long periods of time every month to get coaching. And so that's something else that I do, which is I think is really cool when you get that kind of mentorship anywhere else. So yeah. We got, oh my God, now when I look at Alan, I see Bex Buther. Lex Luthor's a strange cousin. Well, hey, I'll take it. The sexier, balder, fatter, bearded one. Now, why don't you reach out to Mike and Rosenbaum and see if he would let you, inside of you. I don't know what that means, zombie, but I shudder to think at the debauchery. She seemed really nice. Yeah, she was one of my favorite characters, too. I had a crush on her. I thought she was cute. I liked her better than Kristen Kriuk's character. Which, now, I don't know. Like, I would have got sucked into a cult. I don't know. Like, she came into me, was all interested in everything. It was before I was married, anyway. She'd be like, I'd be like, ah, crap, I'm joining a cult now. So, I don't know. It's some bad, scary, nasty, taints the whole thing stuff. And I don't know. I liked her character a lot. And I don't know who she was as a person, but yeah, crazy stuff. Zombie says, I just saw that. Eric Endurance. So, yeah, guys, I think that's about my stream for tonight. I'm hitting 11 o'clock, which means that my wife's going to want to go to bed. We got a lot to do before tomorrow because we're having the Pumpkin Man visit our house, instead of trick-or-treating this year. So, lots to do in preparation for that. So I've got to get going. But it was amazing hanging out with you guys tonight. I had a really great time. If you feel like helping me, if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, I know like 70% of the people who watch this channel are not subscribed. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon so that way you don't miss videos. I've had people go, wait, where are you tonight? Well, if you were subscribed with the bell icon on, you would always get my notifications about, like whenever I started this stream early, you would know because you had the bell icon ticked. YouTube sucks about actually sending you notifications if you don't have the bell icon ticked. It'll send you sometimes. Also, please like this video if you liked it. I really appreciate that. And join me on the Facebook thing. Leave me your questions, comments. Give me ideas for new videos. That's where I get a lot of this stuff. Alex is on there, 3 hours a day sending me memes and topics and video clips and stuff. So, or, hey, what do you think about this? Which I greatly appreciate. And as he knows, and he can tell you, I've done a lot of that stuff. I've covered a lot of that because I'm figuring if he's into that, I bet a lot of other people who watch the channel are. So send me your ideas. Great to hang out with you as always. Thank you so much for spending some time with me tonight. Hope you have a happy Halloween. Eat, drink, be merry, or whatever your name is. And I will see you guys really, really soon for another installment of the Magic Minute. Thank you guys so much. Cheers to your health.